Hello everybody, it is I, You2Cool, back again, and today I'm going to be reviewing Colin Cowling from the 2016 Planes diecast line. Yeah, Colin was released at the very tail end of the Planes line in 2016. I think it was one of the first releases 2016, so he's not that rare from what I've seen, but he has been getting up there in price, so, you know. Colin's been an item I've wanted for a long time. In case anyone didn't know, because I don't know if I've said this on my channel, but I love Aloft the Lightyear blimp. He's one of my absolute favorite diecasts. He's just so funny. The fact they made a blimp, and the fact that they made this guy, this iconic Goodyear blimp parody, is cool. So I was shocked to learn that they actually made another blimp that appears in the Cars franchise, which in and of itself is crazy because blimps are a rarity in our world. Only 25 still exist today. But, the fact that they made more than one in the diecast line is even more impressive, because Colin is from Planes, which didn't get a lot of significant characters released, so the fact they made this obscure character, crazy. Well, he's not that obscure. He has speaking lines in the movie. Colin Cowling, of course, is a parody of Colin Coherd. He's voiced by the guy. Think of it sort of like Ryan Laney or Chase Racelot. I believe in the UK dub, and most international versions rename him to Lofty Crofty, or at least that's the text that appears on the side when they cut to him in the movie. So, yeah. Very interesting. One other reason that I wanted to get this guy, one very interesting fact about him, is his size. Rather notably, Aloft originally came out in 2007 as a single, meaning that he was very small. So they updated him to be much larger, as you can see. Now, if I just take Aloft here and put Colin next to him, yeah, you can see the size difference. I don't have the small version of Colin, but from what I've seen online, Colin is actually larger than that one, so he's sort of a middle ground. And, with the Luxes being gone, I kind of wonder if they ever were to re-release Aloft again, could they theoretically use this scaling? Because this one is a good middle ground. So here's him next to, say, McQueen. This was just the McQueen I had on hand at the moment. The tires. Let me actually get... I have Graham out right now. Let's see if he actually would. Oh, just barely. He would just barely fit as a single. That's... Maybe if they angled him like this, or like this, actually. Yeah, they could totally release this as a single. That's crazy to think about, that they could just do that. Here's hoping, because Aloft is cool. But anyways, here is Colin himself. He appears in the first Planes movie. I believe he reports on the beginning and ending of the Wings Around the Globe rally. He doesn't appear in the middle part of the movie, but he is there when Dusty is in this paint job. So, he's there when Dusty debuts. Let's start with the head, since that's the most interesting part about him, I think. Alright, so as you can see here, he has glasses. Unlike Aloft, he has a split in the windshield. Aloft's supposed to have a split in the windshield in the movie, but the diecast just made it one huge visor piece. So I do appreciate that. Hold on. Camera focus. He has the small little nose, he has the small little mouth, and he has a microphone piece, which I believe was added onto Aloft for the, or not Aloft, but the Cars 3 Lightyear blimp. He has tiny little cameras here on either side. I don't know if I like this more than the original Aloft. I feel like the original Aloft's expression, considering what he is, the fact that they had to get a face to work on this, template, his expression's pretty impressive. This one is fine. It does the job. It looks like the character, but it just does look a little off. I think it's the unpainted parts at the bottom. I think they should have just left this part and, painted these little slits black so that it just looks more consistent. These definitely just look like printed on eyes, but it is pretty cool. I believe it is a flat eye variant, basically. Yeah. Let's see here. Is my camera gonna focus again? He's quite chipped up. I got him loose. I was originally going to get him in package because I thought it'd be cool, but I ended up just getting this one in a bundle for $15. Not 15, bit more than that. But yeah, this guy was $15. That's why I said that. Here are his little jets to propel him. Blimps are basically sideways hot air balloons. That's how they function. Over here in the back, we see Disney, made in China. 1, 2, 4, 5, EAA. So that means he was actually produced 2015. So yeah, early 2016 release. I just know he does not have a 2016 card back release because 2016 was the blue and orange packaging style, which only had a couple releases total. RSN, Racing Sports Network. That's the other reason I wanted to get this guy. He's an RSN blimp. Now, RSN is very iconic because it was actually used as the Cars channel for a while. RSN was sort of like the main promotion with Cars. I think I have a card back somewhere from 2023. It was Lee Revkins that has the RSN on the back. I think they stopped promoting RSN on diecast around mid-2023 when they changed the packaging style. I don't know. Racing Sports Network. PAS1. That is a reference to Pixar Animation Studios. The actual Aloft in real life doesn't have this, but he does have a different number. So he does have this, but not this one. Yeah, so this is reused from Aloft, which makes sense, but also doesn't, because I would assume it's like a license plate for these guys, so I don't know. I really do like the color scheme. Red and black is just a super cool color scheme. It contrasts Aloft perfectly. Racing Sports Network. It's a bit chipped here, but you know, for what this is, the fact that I was able to get this item for such a good deal, I'd say it was pretty worth it. Here's the other side, not as chipped up. Ironic. This side of the cab is fine, and the top is messed up, but here it's the other way around, where I'd say the cab took a bit of a beating on this side. I don't know where the seller got this from, if this is just their childhood one. I know they had more than one, but the other one got sold, so yeah, it was now or never for this guy. Yeah, sort of FOMO situation. One more quick comparison between him and Aloft. The silver part is the same color. So yeah, pretty similar. Again, the fact that these guys are different scales, on one hand, kind of bothers me, but also I kind of like that because it helps me identify that this is a different model and not just Aloft repainted. It would be cool to see a custom of like deluxe Colin Cowling, like this repainted into Colin or something. That'd be cool. And I would love to see like Aloft use this model if he ever came back, because this is a really good scale. It's not as big as this one, which, you know, I think I still prefer Aloft to Colin, but Colin is still really cool. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Colin. Pretty fun item. It's so crazy that I have this because it's like a Plains item. It's just such a random one, like the RSN blimp. That does not feel real, but it is. And that's crazy. And that's why I love the diecast line. They always do cool stuff like this. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!